Coire, turning your neighbors into a lifeline during disaster. Here's our lovely team. The winds were howling and the sky changed colors. This random June afternoon surprised this small town in Ontario with a dreadful tornado. Gust winds reached over 100 kilometers per hour. This isn't just some random natural disaster. It happened while I was there in my hometown. From this, I learned that when disaster strikes, people scramble and panic for resources and information.
Major disasters show that in these cases, it's not the pros who do the most work. It's actually neighbors who provide 80 to 90% of immediate life-saving rescues. Official help generally takes over 72 hours to be approved, and while individuals own 70% of the tools needed, it's often invisible to the community. To make matters worse, connectivity is failing as outages jump by 55% and traditional AI is draining 1.7 trillion gallons of water. We're currently using tools that rely on infrastructure that's breaking. Coire doesn't bring a new solution. We activate the one your community already has. Instead of waiting 72 hours, our platform allows you to coordinate solutions offline. By focusing on local intelligence, this ensures a response that respects community autonomy, especially in smaller Indigenous communities. Coire bridges the gap for those most at risk, bypassing the noise of an emergency to provide clear, immediate next steps. We don't just react to the crisis, we help neighbors set goals and pool resources months before the storm hits. Our completely offline map doesn't just show city resources, it syncs live neighbor-dropped pins for tools and skills like a nearby neighbor with CPR training. Coire is built to bypass the internet entirely, as that's often the first thing to fail. We use a peer-to-peer Bluetooth network, allowing you to chat directly with other devices around. If someone's not available, Coire finds the closest available user. Finally, our AI tool is locally hosted on your device, ensuring that help you need is always available.
Perfect. So now let's jump into our live demo and look how the things really look in the real time. So we have built an app already to the beta version. The app harnesses Flutter, so it's ready both for the deployment at iOS and on Android. So you can start by putting in your postcode, which is further used for categorizing and putting you to the right community. The important part is the user profilification that would be further used to assess your community. So you're going to put up the skills or the resources that you have in place. Once you drop in, you will be provided with a dashboard view that enables the map, provided with all of the local and community-based resources that are available, as well as the people nearby that could help. Further on, for the disaster readiness, it provides you a tailored list based on your location for all the things that you should be ready about. And on the top of it, when you scroll down, you can find out the resources that the people hold within your community. And remember, all of this is fully offline, so all the map location and everything is available to you without internet with all the directions. Further on, let's test the most interesting feature, which is a community message. Once you put yourself available, the peer-to-peer network connects with the Bluetooth. Right now, this phone doesn't have any internet connection, and this already shows my profile as the app in there. Now I could instantly go and tap a message, and a message would be provided, message would be received by the user end within 2 minutes without the use of any internet, but only harnessing Bluetooth for peer-to-peer networking. Going back, we go to the AskCat, which is basically an edge-deployed LLM that provide all of the resources in nutshell to you without any delay. It have all the information required and respond instantly. Remember, this only required a 512 megabit of RAM to be fully accessed and utilized.
Coire bridges the gaps where most tech fails. While Microsoft HelpBridge and the Red Cross offer one-way, one-size-fits-all aid, Coire connects neighbors to neighbors, matching specific local skills to immediate needs. We've replaced broad, network-dependent apps like Facebook with a dedicated local system that works entirely offline. No manual pre-downloads required. Finally, by using Edge AI instead of data centers, we provide a faster response that actually protects the environment instead of draining it.
How will this be implemented into the community? First, we're going to identify vulnerable areas that are prone to natural disasters. Then we will work on community outreach with the government with an emphasis on Indigenous community. And third will be implementation, working with data and the community information to set pinned emergency locations and routes.
Our growth plan ensures that Coire stays a free life-saving tool for every user. We begin with a phase 1 pilot, then we transition into phase 2 with partnerships with local businesses and HOAs. And finally, by phase 3, we partner directly with municipalities.
The market for our offline disaster communication system. TAM is at 2 to 3 billion at-risk smartphone users, a $7 to $9 billion opportunity through government and NGOs licensing. SAM narrows to 250 to 400 million users in countries we can serve first through emergency agencies, community teams. SAM starts with a few pilot cities to reach 1 to 3 million users. We're providing communication resilience with everything else fails.
We keep it efficient by running AI on devices, minimizing supplies, and using partnerships to reduce marketing costs. Most of our funding goes straight to R&D, perfecting offline connection. Because we don't rely on massive power-hungry servers, so our head start goes to a budget that is driven to community outreach, making sure Coire gets into the hands of the people who need it most without breaking the bank or the environment.
All right, with that, thank you so much.